सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Let's chant the first two verses together. Page number 59. Pratah Smarami hृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वम् सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयम् यत्स्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तिमवैति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्घः प्रातर्भजामि मनसा वचसामगम्यम् वाचो विभान्तिनिखिला यदनुग्रहेण यन्नेति नेति वचनैर्निगमा अवोचुः तं देवदेवमजमच्युतमापुरग्र्यम्. Early morning, I meditate on that Supreme Self which is shining in my heart, which is of the nature of Satchit Ananda, which is the goal of all realized masters, and that which is the very substratum of Jagrat Swapna Sushupti Avastha. That state which is ever there in all the states, which is the support of all the states. That Supreme Self, that Brahman, which has no growth, decay, that changeless substratum, which is free from all matter assemblies, I meditate upon.
So these are the pointers given to meditate upon the self. So what are the pointers? Pointer number 1, self-shining. Pointer number 2, Satchit Sukham. Pointer number 3, Jagrat Swapna Sushupti, that state is illumined. The 3 states of the mind, the illuminator. Point number 4, all the activities of Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas, it happens in its presence. So this is the way in which we have to meditate upon the self. They are all pointers. So you don't have to do anything special to meditate on the self. Nor do you have to close your eyes and sit in silence. That is the uniqueness of Vedantic meditation. You are interacting with the world with one part of the mind. Another part of the mind is just paying attention to the self. It can simultaneously happen. Just like you can speak on the mobile phone while driving. Mind has that ability. So you are interacting with the world, but your attention is upon that consciousness. Yen neti neti vachanaihi nigama avochuhu. So what are we supposed to do? Na iti, na iti. So this is how reflection has to be done. You are going inside. Drop the outside, get into the inside. What is the logic? Observer is different from the observed. Drashta is different from drashya vastu. This is the whole thing. Bhagavan is the innermost self. So then outer layers have to be discarded in order to go inside. The inside is always superior to the outside. It is higher than the outside. If this is the logic, the innermost essence must be the highest, the most sacred. So there is a beautiful statement by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. How the inner is greater than the outer. Number 1, Sukshmatvat. Number 2, Karanatvat. Number 3, Mahatvat. Number 4, Pratyagatmatvat. And number 5, Niyamakatvat. 5 reasons. So number 1, Sukshmatvat. The inner is always subtler than the outer. Inner thoughts are subtler than the outer actions, for example. Thoughts are subtler, actions are grosser. So Sukshmatvat. Next one, Mahatvat. The inner pervades the outer. Pervasiveness. Mahatvat. The subtler always pervades the grosser. Then Karanatvat. The inner is the cause of the outer. Inner thoughts, they become the cause for the outer actions. Karanatvat. Niyamakatvat. Controller. The inner controls the outer. Inner thoughts control the outer actions. Controller. Sukshmatvat, Karanatvat, Niyamakatvat, Mahatvat, then Pratyagatmat. Pratyagatmat is inner. So this is a very important statement. So if you want to have control over yourself, where should you go? Inside or outside? The inner in you is more sacred than outer in you. As you are able to hold on to your inner personalities, you are going to gain more and more control over yourself. Yesterday I was saying, yukta, integration happens. So what does it mean? If going inside gives you strength, gives you peace, going outside will give you what? Just the opposite. Peacelessness. To the extent you go out, to that extent you are going to be weak. To the extent you go out, to that extent you are going to be deluded. To the extent you go out, to that extent you are going into darkness of ignorance. To the extent you go in, you are going towards strength, peace, solace, clarity. Because Bhagavan is your innermost self. So going outer means going away from the Lord. Going away from the Lord means going away from truth. Going away from truth means going towards illusion. And that is why all these latest technological devices are dangerous. You see? Already we are stuck up in this world. Now there is a world in the mobile. So where are you going? World Wide Web. World itself is a web. There is another web inside your electronic device. Horrible. Therefore, all kinds of psychological problems. Mind is distracted. No sleep. Varieties of diseases. How much ever medicine you eat, it is not going to solve your problem. So therefore, as much as possible, reduce your screen time. Only use for minimum things, maybe some email or some messages, like a postcard. That's enough. No, Swamiji, there are so many things which we can learn. Your mind will only do the wrong thing. 5 minutes it will do the good thing. After that, hours together it will do all bad things. That is how the mind is. So now there is another upavas which is necessary. Internet upavas. Whole day I am not going to touch social media. Food upavas is impossible in Kali Yuga. That's what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says. This is the kind of upavas you have to do. Or say that this much minute only I will use. Then you will have lot of peace of mind. This is the science. Neti, 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 naiti. Go in, go in. Discard everything of the outer. Go inside. And anything which is preventing you from going inside, it is poison. Vishayan vishavatyaja. After 2-3 hours of watching this, so many things, you look at your own mind. How tired you are, how exhausted you are. Look at the mind, it is so distracted. People walk like zombies, dead though alive. It's all because of this. The more you are going towards God, more life is there in you, because He is the very source of life. The more you go towards consciousness, your personality starts exhibiting the glory of consciousness. Costless cheerfulness. You are ever cheerful. Why? Cheerfulness is your nature. But the more you go out, the more you are going to have problems. So technology, is it a blessing in disguise? Is it a blessing? Why disguise? Is it a blessing? No. I have gone to one blind school. And I have never found such peaceful children in my life. Because there is no distraction for them. Very happy, very cheerful, very content. No distraction. So in that school, they have taught them bhajans, etc. So they sing bhajan, they play harmonium, they play tabla. Very happy. Nothing to disturb them. But I don't know whether they know that they are happy. Many times, to know that you are in bliss, you must experience some misery also. They think, oh, if I have eyes, it is so nice. Actually, it is wrong. Antachakshu, that is the most important thing, not bahya chakshu. The point is, turn your attention within. To the extent you go out, to that extent you will be distracted, weak, you will be caught by Maya. This is something which everybody can do actually. Nobody can say that, no, I am not. Everybody can do. But yes, purer the mind, easier you can go inside. How effortlessly you are able to go inside, that is a measure of purity of mind. How effortlessly you go out, that is a measure of impurity. You see? In so many ways you can measure that purity content. If the mind is wandering too much, it is a sign of impurity. If the mind is extroverted, it is a sign of impurity. If the mind is addicted to sense objects, it is a sign of impurity. If the mind is filled with attachment, it is a sign of impurity. And such a mind will resist going inward. Whereas a pure mind effortlessly goes, cheerfully goes, because that mind knows my real happiness is inside, not outside. So it just waits to go in. It craves to go in. Such a mind is a healthy mind. A mind which is ever ready to go inside, which has no interest in the outside. It's a qualified mind. Right. So such a mind, when it goes inside, what does it find there? Sakshat Bhagavan, Tam Deva Devam, Ajam, Achyutam, Agryam. Bhagavan is always with us as the innermost essence in us. But the problem is, my mind takes me out, takes me to hell, takes me to illusion. Continuing verse number 3. Pratarnamami tamasah paramarkavarnam purnam sanátanapadam purushottamaakhyam yasminnidam jagadaseshamaseshamurtau rajjvaam bhujamgama iva pratibhasitam vai. Pratarnamami tamasah paramarkavarnam sanátanapadam purushottamaakhyam yasminnidam jagadaseshamaseshamurtau bhujamgama pratibhasitam. Pratarnamami, I bow down. So first is smarami, second is bhajami, third is namami. Remember, adore, surrender. These are the 3 steps. First remember, then fill your heart with love and devotion for that truth, then bow down to that truth and efface your ego, so that only that truth remains. Namanam means what? I am not there. Only that truth is there. That is namanam. Pratarnamami tamasah paramarkavarnam. Tamasah param, this consciousness which is beyond tamas, beyond ignorance, beyond darkness. Arkavarnam, brilliant like sun. Many times this self is compared with sun. Sun is a very common metaphor. So what are the common features? Number 1, sun is a nourisher, is a poshan karta, pushan. The whole world, we are nourished by that heat and light of sun. In the same way, in this body, who is the nourisher of this body? The sentiency giving principle, that is his consciousness. Otherwise, the whole body is inert. That inert, this consciousness infuses life into this inert assembly of BMI. So that is why, so therefore we can always call consciousness as the nourisher, enlivener, sentiency giver. That is one. Number two, sun is, you don't need another light to see sun. It is self-illumining. Things which has no light for itself, you need another source of light to see it. But what about sun? You don't need a light. In the same way, to know consciousness, do you need anything else? No. Consciousness knows itself. Consciousness knows itself. Self-illumining. Do you need mind to know consciousness? No. See, this consciousness is different from the consciousness term which we use in medical terminology. In medical terminology, consciousness is a part of the mind. So therefore they say he lost consciousness. It's actually a state of mind. So therefore when they use the term consciousness, it is very different from Vedantic term. Term is the same. In Vedanta, consciousness need not depend on any entity for knowing. It knows itself. Whether you have a mind or not, it doesn't matter, because knowing is its nature. Mind borrows that knowing ability from consciousness. Okay, that is second one. Third one, sun you can't ignore. I mean, it's always there. See, other things and all can be hidden, but the sun is something which is so powerfully present. In the same way, consciousness also. Powerfully present in our life. So many times consciousness is compared with sun. Brilliant, bright, nourishing. Huge. Compared to earth, sun is huge. I think some 10 lakh times huge, 1 million times huge is sun. But that sun becomes absent the moment you close your eyes. The moment with a little eyelid of ours, you just close and the sun is no more. Very interesting. In the same way, Bhagavan can do everything, but if you decide to close your eyes, even Bhagavan will not be seen. Tamasah paramarkavarnam, beyond all ignorance. Purnam, complete. Purnam means infinite. Purnam means full. Means once you start experiencing this, you will not crave for anything in life. You will become Purnam, complete, fulfilled Purnam. That state of fulfillment you experience. And then what happens to the mind? The mind becomes silent. Silent mind is a healthy mind. Silent mind is a healthy mind. Unhealthy mind is a noisy mind. Why the mind becomes silent? Mind comes to know that I don't have to do anything. Everything is already there. That is called silence. Mind is designed to fulfill two needs of ours. What are they? Happiness and security. Mind is designed. So all the time mind is thinking, how can I make myself happy? How can I make myself secure? But if this wrong notion is there in the mind, that I am the body, then the mind is thinking in which direction? How to make this body secure, how to make this body happy. That is why aham vritti is the most important thing. What is your understanding about yourself? First is aham vritti. Then comes idam vritti. Idam vritti is all the time busy to protect and nourish aham vritti. So if my understanding about myself is I am the body, mind is constantly working on how to protect the body, how to give joy to the body constantly. That is called as chattering mind. So there is a science behind chattering also. There is a sense behind nonsensical mind also. There is a science. So when you turn your attention towards your own self, what happens? Aham vritti falls, only aham is seen. So you are educating the mind that I am not the body, I am consciousness. Once the mind is educated this way, what happens to that mind? The mind comes to know, oh, if I am consciousness, I don't need sukham because sukham is already there. I don't need protection because sat, existence, is already there. So then that mind becomes silent. Exactly like as Bhagwan Shankaracharya Ji gives example. So the pendant. This lady had a pendant, very costly. And somehow this went back while she was working and all that. Then she looked and the pendant is missing. Actually it is here. It has gone back. So she thought, I have lost it. And she is miserable. Then suddenly she touched it. Oh, it is there. Then what happens to the mind? That disturbed mind becomes silent. Why? I did not lose it. It is already there. So this state of a silent mind is called samadhi. These terms are scary. Samadhi means the person goes into something. No. Samadhi means right understanding. And what is the proof that your understanding is right? Mind is silent. Bas. Tat jnanam prashamakaram yadindriyanam. First line of Dhanyashtakam. What is knowledge? That which quietens your mind and the senses is knowledge. Bas. So what is the proof that you have knowledge? You are peaceful. Peace is the proof of knowledge. How peaceful are you in life? So therefore, what is the proof of your ignorance? How noisy are you? Disturbed are you? Purnam. So such a mind free from all desire, such a mind free from all craving, such a mind free from all agitation, content, fulfilled. This is what happens when you do this meditation on the self. The self is already purnam, complete. Whatever you need, it is already there. Just expose the mind to this complete self. Then you will become a complete man. What is that? Raymond. Raymond, right? What is that? Complete man. You will remain incomplete if your attention is upon the outer. Nobody can make you complete. How much ever makeup you do on the mirror, it's of no use. Outside makeup is not going to help you. Turn your attention inside. That's the whole point. Then you come to know you are already beautiful, you are already complete. Nothing else is needed to complete you, because you don't lack anything, because your nature is purnam. Purnam, sanátanapadam, that state is sanatanam, eternal. So our existence is eternal because our nature is existence, sanatanam, ever there. Sanatanapadam, purushottamaakhyam, it is called as purushottama, uttama purusha, the supreme being, uttama purusha. In Bhagavad Gita also some purushas are there, 15th chapter. What are they? Kshara purusha, akshara purusha, and then uttama purusha. So the whole world is kshara purusha, adibhuta. Then there is akshara purusha. Who is akshara purusha? Akshara purusha can be two. One is the jivatma, but there is no death for him. He goes on from one birth to another. Akshara purusha also can be avyakta prakriti, which doesn't die. So Bhagavan says, I am beyond kshara and akshara. I am uttama purusha. The pure consciousness is called uttama purusha. Purusha means purnatvat purusha. Because it is full, complete, it is called purusha. Or purishayanat purusha. So many definitions are there. Purishayana, the one who is residing in this puri, in this body, city of 9 gates. Navadware pure dehi, naiva kurvannakare. So that consciousness residing in this body of 9 gates. In Kathopanishad, 11 gates. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 6, mouth, 7, gentle organ, 8, anus, 9, navel, 10, then this crown of the head, 11. City of 11 gates. So that Bhagavan is residing in this Puri house. So he is called as Purusha. Purushottamaakhyam, yasminnidam jagat aseshamurtau pratibhasitam. The whole world, ashesham jagat, where is it? Upon this self. And now the name of Bhagavan is given Asheshamurti. That Bhagavan who has taken different forms. All the forms belong to him. Ashesha means everything, without any exception. Asheshamurti. All the murtis that we find in this world, it is none other than Bhagavan only. So that Supreme Lord, that consciousness upon which the whole world is projected, Pratibhasitam. How? Rajjvaam bhujamgama, like the snake upon the rope. The snake is only a projection upon the rope. In the same way, the whole world is only a projection upon that Supreme Self. Such is the glory of the Self. Rope alone exists, snake doesn't exist. In the same way, this consciousness alone exists, nothing else exists. Such is the glory of the Self. Turn your attention there. It is already there. You are suffering not because it is not there. You are suffering because you have ignored it. Don't ignore. What is the purpose of this world? So see, in Vedanta, there are 2 stages. You have to always keep this in mind. Whenever Vedantic philosophy is discussed, there are 2 stages. In the first stage, beginner stage, world is accepted as real. you don't question the existence of world, because that is where we are all. So therefore you have to start from where we are. So that first stage is world is real. Where did this world come from? So then the answer given is abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Bhagavan is the cause. He is the nimitta karanam. He is the upadana karanam. Nimitta karanam means efficient cause. Upadana karanam means material cause. Just like a potter making a pot. To make a pot, you need clay. So that clay is called as upadana karana, material cause. But mere clay will not do. Somebody has to make it. A sentient, intelligent entity is needed. A potter is needed. So that is called as nimitta karana. Nimitta and upadana. And Bhagavan is abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. He himself is the material, he himself is the efficient cause. So what is the example given? Yathornanabhisrajate granhate cha. Just like the spider bringing out that web. So spider is the efficient cause. That web, that sticky thread is the material which it brings from itself. So that is the example given in the Upanishads. So Bhagavan is the abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Bhagavan himself is a material, he himself is the efficient cause. This is at level number 1. So naturally questions will come. How did he create? Did he transform himself to become the world? Like milk transforming itself to become the curd. So if that is, now that is called as parinamavada. If that is the case, then Bhagavan is no more there now, because Bhagavan is gone. Just like seed sprout and seed is gone, sapling comes. In the same way, now only world is there, Bhagavan is not there, because he has transformed himself. Is it true? So the Vedanta says no. This is not the way in which world has come out of Bhagavan. Then what is the philosophy? So therefore one more term has to be added. Abhinna nimitta upadana vivarta karanam. One more term is added. This is the next level. Okay. Vivarta means just a projection, appearance. So just like movies appearing on the screen. Screen is the cause for the movie, no doubt. But screen did not get transformed to become the movie. It is just a projection. So in the same way, consciousness is the cause. The whole world is only a projection upon consciousness. Consciousness did not change. It is only a projection. Projected by what? Mind. So, upon consciousness, mind projects the world. So, this is the next level of teaching what is mentioned here. So, 2 stages are there. First stage, world is considered real. Second stage, world is considered as illusion. Now, this philosophy is very, very dangerous. Which philosophy? This world is an illusion philosophy is very, very, very dangerous. Let me tell you this. Many times we get stuck up discussing all this. How world is an illusion? Intellectually you understand it, keep it aside. Many people have become tamasic with this philosophy. Generations have destroyed themselves with this philosophy. You see, there is a stage where world has to be used, and there is a stage where world has to be discarded. But suppose you discard the world when you are supposed to use the world, then you are destroying yourself. Just like the womb. For 9 months, only the womb can support the child. The child should not discard that womb. If the child comes out into the world before growing fully in the womb, what will happen to the child? It will die. No proper growth is there. It will suffer throughout. The womb is necessary. For 9 months the womb is necessary. After that, yes. In the same way, the world is necessary for our growth. Never we should use this philosophy. Yes, this philosophy is the highest, but at present not for me. This is the way you should say. Otherwise people are discussing Mandukya Upanishad, how this world is unreal. Let me try to find out how this world is unreal. And it seems modern science also has come to this conclusion that world is unreal. Very, very dangerous. If world is unreal, then what is the purpose of your life? What is the purpose of your life? You have no purpose then. Then drugs and drinks, that's it. World has a purpose. Never say world is unreal. In the beginning, this world is essential for purification of mind. Live in this world intelligently. Cultivate all noble virtues of life. Cultivate devotion. Cultivate purity. Cultivate humility. Cultivate gratitude. Don't bypass this. If you bypass, you will kill yourself. First step is not trying to prove the illusory nature of the world. No. Bhagavan, out of his infinite intelligence, has put us in this world. Let us learn how to live in this world. First step is learning how to live in this world, not transcending the world. Everywhere we see this. First step is not that the fruit should fall from the tree. No, remain with the tree. Because the fruit can grow only in the tree. Finally it becomes ripe and then leaves the tree. First step is not leaving the tree. First step is not leaving the world. No, learn to live in this world. Beautifully handling situations, responding to situations. In the process, converting all situations as a means to purification of mind. That is why 4 ashramas are given. Immature people, they read here and there, and then they spend a lot of time discussing this. And finally what happens to them? They become tamasik. Good for nothing. Neither good for society, nor good for themselves. That is when external attacks come. You see, India was once upon a time top. But then this philosophy completely destroyed, because everybody became tamasik. In the name of sannyas, nobody is doing anything. All lazy fellows, talking big thing. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Wonderful opportunity. Outsiders attacked India, and everybody was weak anyway. Under foreign rule, British rule, Mughal rule, this rule, that rule, all because of this philosophy. Individually also you will find this. See that pole vault example. What is the first step? Not dropping the pole. In the end you have to drop the pole, no doubt. Anyway I have to drop the pole. Why not drop now itself? First step is not dropping the pole. First step is climbing the pole. Make use of the pole. So that person runs, then he fixes the pole, and then as the pole straightens up, he climbs the pole. Finally when he reaches on the top, at the edge, then he drops the pole. So there is a time when pole has to be used, there is a time when pole has to be dropped. This pole is nothing but the mind. Or pole is nothing but the world, you can say. Make use of the world. And when that purnatvam is experienced in the mind, automatically that mind will disappear. And when the mind disappears, world also will disappear. Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavat. That mind, when it is turned towards the self, it is completely fulfilled. Such a fulfilled mind becomes peaceful. In such a peaceful mind, there is no projection. And when there is no projection, the world is gone. This is how you have to experience the illusory nature of the world. This is the way. Not investigating into the world, doing scientific research and prove that world is not there. No. That is why Shastra is so important. Guidance given by the scriptures is so important. There is a stage where world has to be used. Then automatically evolve to a stage where world is no more needed for you. World is needed for purification. And once the purification has been accomplished, world disappears automatically. You don't have to do anything. Once the lessons have been learned, those lessons will disappear. That is the nature of this world. As long as you don't learn lessons, these lessons will keep on coming to you. Once you have learned, you transcend that state and go to the next state. This is how you go. So never say world is unreal. It may be unreal. See, I tell you, there can be something which is absolutely true but absolutely harmful. This truth is like that. Absolutely true but absolutely harmful. There can be a lie but absolutely useful. Then use it. Sunrise and sunset, absolute lie, but it is useful. Your life can be disciplined based on sunrise and sunset, though it's a lie. So don't think that absolute truth should always be absolutely useful. Not necessary. It all depends on where you are. That is why Bhagavan says, Na buddhi bedam jane tatnyanam karma sanginam. You learn big philosophy of karma yoga, and then there is somebody who is selfishly working hard, ambitious, then you give karma yoga and then discourage him completely. Then it is wrong. Depending upon the level of the student, the teaching should be given. Sometimes lower teaching is given because the student is low. You don't give the highest teaching because he is not able to practice it. So when you give Upadesha, depending upon Patra, Upadesha should be given. See the kind of person, level of evolution, then give Upadesha. Just because something is best doesn't mean that it should be given to everyone. No. Otherwise, you will become a bad representative of spirituality. Learn half-baked knowledge here and there and pump it. Everybody will run away from you. Bad examples of spiritual salesmen, People are scared of spiritual people. Not true spiritual people. Fake spiritual people. See, what happens is, as you practice spirituality, you become mature. Just because you have listened to some satsang, you don't become mature. When you practice it, digest it, assimilate it, and as your personality evolves, becomes a sweet personality, then you know how much to give, what to give, to whom to give. That is why generally children are scared of, some of the elders who come to study group. Sometimes they are so allergic. They are allergic to Chinmaya mission only. They are dead against Swamis. This is a fellow who spoiled my father and mother. I am suffering because of this person. They don't come. So what is the mistake we do? We just listen and then we try to correct somebody. Listen, reflect, assimilate, transform, and then out of your transformation, when you give, it becomes sweet, it becomes very beneficial for the other person. Only the food digested becomes strength. This is very, very essential. No shortcut allowed here. We listen to some satsang and immediately we are inspired, and then who is the scapegoat? Our children. So therefore, let us practice. Okay, let us sit in silence for 2 minutes. So a beautiful text. Again and again, Smaranam, Bhajanam and Namanam has to be done. Life should be centered around the self. Then the whole life becomes beautiful. Right. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ